Hmm? Yes. Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning online. Can you hear me? Good morning. Yes. Okay, pa. Thanks. Huh. Okay. So sorry for the delay. There was some technical issue here. Could not able to join. Okay. All right. So I just logged in with another different laptop. So did you complete your practicals yesterday? Was it easy? Yes, no? So what we're gonna do is let's continue launching the EC2 instance. I think we have already half an hour got. So where is the console bubble? Let me share my screen. Oh. Okay. Can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Online? Is it normal for you? Okay. So let's go to EC2. And then you tell me, I'll go and launch the EC2 instance now because you know the options, right? Let's go and launch the EC2 instance. Abba. And we created a key pair yesterday in another machine, right? So today as I don't have that machine, so we need to create the key pair again. I need to install putties, everything now here. Okay. So it is a good, okay, that's fine. So let's go and launch instance. Okay, you tell me. So here I'll go with Linux instance. Okay, come down and click on browse more AMIs. Please bear with me today. Okay, so quick start and then free tire. So which one we need to select? Red Hat. Okay, and then come down, instance type, T2 micro, and then key pair. So, this one. So yesterday I created already this 9 a.m. batch key pair. So as I don't have that machine with me, what do we do? Let's create a new key pair again. So create a new key pair and I call it as 9 a.m. batch new, I'll say. Okay, now. So do I need to select anything here? No, click on create key pair. So key pair got created and got downloaded. And then click on edit. And then VPC is fine. And then subnet, I'll go with 1A. Auto assign public IP, enable, create secret group or select existing. Select existing secret group and then select this default secret group. And then if you come down, do I need to do any changes in the storage? No. Do I need to do anything in advance? No. So let's go ahead and then launch. How many sequences do you want to launch? 1. So click on launch. Protection enable, it's fine. So yesterday I gave that an example, right? So every time you don't need to do the that protection on. So whenever you go for the real-time protection environment, there you enable the termination protection. For now, it's fine. I just wanted to show you that. So okay, so now if I refresh it here, I can see the EC2 instance is running. And how many states are there? 6 states. What are those? Pending, running, stopping, stopped, shutting down, terminate. Okay. So now from pending, it has moved to running now. Okay. Nana? So, and also how many status checks will be there? 2 status check. And it is now initializing. After a couple of minutes, this will come from 2/2 to 2/checks are passed. Okay. Okay. Fine for you? Okay, Nana. See here now, let's go with options here. So I have selected the EC2 instance here, and here we have details, security, networking, storage, status checks, monitoring, and tags. And this option will be the same for all the EC2 instances. And did I tell you instance metadata, data about the instance? So from where do you get that? From which section? Detail section. What section? Detail section. So do you see this here detail section here? So here you can see so many. This is an instance. I told you for instance, we have instance ID, volume ID, image ID, snapshot ID. So for everything, there will be an ID. This ID will be used in many purpose. Basically on programmatically in CLI, we will be using it. So here we have instance ID, and then we have enabled the IP address. No, this is the IP address. What IP address is this? What type of IP address? Public or private? Public. Do you see this here written? Public IP address. And also it has the private IP address. And private IP address is starting with what range here? 172.31 series. Remember, you can say, sir, how does AWS, why does AWS has given 172 series? Why not some other series? Remember, I told you there is a default VPC, no? So default VPC is created with the range 172.31. For that reason, if you created a subnets inside it, the subnet also will have the same range. For that reason, so the VPC was created with 172.31 range. For that reason, you have this IP addresses here. And this public IP address will be assigned by whom? AWS. Randomly, it will get assigned. And then, and this is a host name. This is a, for every EC2 instance, we have the IP address and we have the DNS name, host name, DNS name, both are same. And this is a public IP address and this is a public DNS name. You can connect to the EC2 instance either with the IP address or with the DNS also. Anything is fine. And now, do you see this in this DNS? We have the IP address also, no? 65.2.10.3, 65.2.10.3 is there. So if I go in, what type of IP address is this? Public. What type of IP address is? Public. If I stop and start the EC2 instance, this IP address will, what will happen to the IP address? IP address will be changed. Yes or no? If it is changed, the IP address will get changed and the public DNS will also get changed or not? Yes. If the public IP address change, if the EC2 instance public IP address change, public DNS will also change. Certification version. Write down. For the EC2 instance, if the public IP address changes, for the EC2 instance, if the public IP address changes, then public DNS will also get changed. Then public DNS will also get changed. Come on. Good, Drupal. Similarly, and okay, should I show you now if I stop and start, what will happen? IP address will change or not? Should we check it? So what is the IP address here we have? 10.65 to 10.3. So what should I do now? If I go and how to stop it? Go and stop. Click on stop. Stopping, and then it will go to stop. So let's wait. So if I stop and start, automatically, this is stopped now. So should I go and start it again? How to start? Go and start. So now it is pending. Now it is running. So now do you see the IP address here? 3.110.131.111. So IP address got changed or not? If that IP address changed, the DNS has also changed or not? You understand the live example of public IP address concept? So if you stop and start the EC2 instance, IP address changes. And if you don't want to change, then what is the IP address that you should assign? Elastic IP. So there is question. It's hard to read question from here. When we reboot public IP change, that is the that is okay. So the question is, sir, if I reboot, IP address will change or not? I want you to test in your practicals. Should I keep on stop or reboot here? Okay, I want you to do this in the practical and check and tell me. Okay. Yesterday I told you something, no? Reboot. What did you observe? Babu, boys. What did you observe? Louder. Oh, that reboot is fine. But what did you observe in the console? I got answer from here. There. See, backside there. Online. That will not change. Yes, Priyanka. So if you reboot, the instance state is changed. No, that is the observation. So if you stop and start, the instance state will be changed from stopping to stop, right? And then if you terminate, shutting down, terminate. If you launch, pending, running. But if you reboot, it will be in running state only. That is the observation that I wanted to see, right? So remember that I have one option here. But you understood the observation here? That is in real time, I got a heavy problem on that. So initially when I was working, there were no RIA sir for me also. For you, now you have RIA sir. For me, no Google also on those days. Do you have Google 10 years back? You have, but is that like this? No. So everything that whatever we do is through the experience only. You know what has happened is, I'll tell you the scenario, what has happened. There is one EC2 instance, very important EC2 instance in production environment. I wanted to do a maintenance on that EC2 instance. That meaning I want to install patches inside it. You know patches, right? Your laptop also install Windows updates. Patches meaning updates. So on that machine also we need to do the updates. So what I said is, I have sent an email to the team saying that tomorrow 11 o'clock exactly we'll be doing the updates. So it will not be available for 1 hour. The machine is not available for 1 hour because you need to reboot, stop and start, everything will happen, right? So what I did, I went in log at 11 o'clock. I logged in and I did the update. So it's updated and then it restarted and it's fine. Then I said like, oh, so in not only 1 hour, within 10 minutes, my job is done. I sent an email to the people saying that everything is done. You can start connecting it. And some people send an email saying that, thank you, it's working. Some people send a message, it's not working for me. For some people, they are able to log in. For some people, they are not able to log in. Why? Enduku? Kyun? Yake? Right? So I'll tell you the problem. So the thing is here, when I come to the console, it shows running. It shows running. But remember, in your laptop also, when you're installing updates, it says 5/100 updates are installing. Do not shut down or do not unplug your something. It says no. And then it will install and it try to reboot by itself. Yes or no? Your laptop will get rebooted. It will install 10 updates and it will reboot. It will install one more 10 updates, it will reboot. Automatically it reboot. So for me also, I installed and it rebooted. I thought that rebooted meaning it's done. And then from here it shows running. Reboot. State will change. It shows running to me. It shows running to me. So whenever someone is logging in, the reboot is done and it is installing, they are able to log in. But some people, they are logging when it is rebooting. When it is rebooting, you can able to log in. And people started asking me, hey, what's happened? What's happened? That is our important server. We are not able to log in. When I go and check on the console, it is running. It is running, no. Why? But we are not able to connect. The problem is in the back end, it is rebooting continuously. So when it is rebooting continuously, instance state will change. No change. So reboot, no change. So you need to wait for some time. And then once you leave it for 5, 10 or half an hour, and then you can able to log in these cases. You understand? So reboot meaning no change. Please write down in your book also, reboot is equal to no instance state change. Reboot is equal to no instant state change. Understood? Okay. Nice. Online is it clear enough? Understood? Okay. So I have shown you with the public IP address. Should I show you with the elastic IP address? How to assign elastic IP to this machine, and we'll go and stop and start, right? And IP address will change. It will not change. Should I show you this? Okay. So now we have the public IP address here. And if you come down, do you see the elastic IP? Do we have elastic IP here? No. Should we go and assign it? How? On the left side, do you see elastic IP? Click on elastic IP. And here you need to allocate elastic IP. Click on allocate elastic IP. Let's go slowly. And then here you no need to do anything. It is just a name. Okay. And then click on allocate. So IP address got allocated here. So we have got the IP address. You can give the name, no issues. We have got the IP address. Is it associated to any EC2 instance now? No, it is ideal. So is it good to keep it ideal? Ideal EIPs will be charged. How many EIPs are free? 5 EIPs are free. So now should we go and associate? How to associate? Select this and then go to actions and then associate elastic IP. To whom you need to associate? Linux EC2 instance. Click on associate here and then which EC2 instance, Nana? Linux instance. Select it. You no need to select here. Either you can go with the instance or you can go with the network. Network interface meaning what? NIC card. Nana, how? Okay, before I associate here, I cancel it. How many EC2 instances did I launch? So how many NIC card network interfaces will be there? Only one. Where? On the left side, you click on network interfaces. Do you see this? This is a NIC card. Either you can assign it there on the elastic IPs. See here on the elastic IP. Click on it, select it, and then associate. So you can associate with the instance. If you select instance, you can choose instance here. Which instance? This one. Or if you go for the network interface, you can choose your network interface. Anything is fine. So go with the instance and choose the Linux instance. It has private IP, you choose or don't is also doesn't matter. And here you have allow this elastic IP address to be reassociated. Let's say, for example, you have the EC2 instance with already elastic IP is there for it, and you want to reassociate, then you just need to click it. But do we have any elastic IP associated? No. So check or no check? No check. Right? So now let's go and click on associate. Now I have associated. So that public IP address will be there anymore? The previous public IP, triple one public IP address will be there? No. Is it possible to have one public IP different, elastic IP different, two different things in for one EC2? No. Now that two will become same. Yes or no? So let's go to the instance and then refresh it. And do you see this here? Uncheck. Do you see this elastic IP here? We got the elastic IP, and the same elastic IP is for your public IP. You understand? So the previous public IP address got changed. So if you have a question in interviews, they'll ask, is it possible to assign elastic IP while EC2 is running? What is your answer? Answer is, did I stop the EC2 instance? Still I have assigned no. So answer is yes or no. So is it possible to assign the elastic IP while EC2 is running? Right now. It is possible to assign elastic IP while EC2 is running. It is possible to assign elastic IP while EC2 is running. It is possible to assign elastic IP while EC2 is running. Divya. So now I have assigned no. Should I go and stop and start the machine now? The IP address will change or will not change? Change or will not change? So let's go and stop. Stop. Stopping. Stopped. Stopped. Should I go and start it again? Come on. Running. Now you see IP address got changed? No, and elastic IP is still there. So is it possible? Now it is, you understand the difference between public IP and elastic IP? How to assign public IP? Public IP will be assigned at the time of launching the EC2 instance. Elastic IP will be assigned separately like this. Clear? Now you want this elastic IP? Not great. How to remove the elastic IP from the machine? Simple. So go to elastic IP and then we have associated. No, now you need to what? Disassociate. What we need to do? Disassociate. Do you see this here? Disassociate elastic IP. So it will be disassociate from the EC2 instance. Now it has disassociated and it is staying over there. Is it good to keep it like this? No. So what we need to do? Delete. So delete here nothing but release. Release elastic IP meaning release it to AWS. Release it and then click on release. Now it is gone. Now for the EC2 instance, what IP address do you got? Again, public IP you will get it automatically. So go to instance and then if you refresh it and you see this IP address got changed and you have the public IP. Clear, Nana, with the IP address concepts? So all this information you will get it from the detail section. So in detail section, what is the host name, what is the IP, what is the instance type, what is the auto assigned IP, what is the VPC ID, what is the subnet, or did you select any role, monitoring is disabled, which AMI ID, which platform is this, stop protection, enable, disable, auto recovery, which batch, which key pair. So everything, entire information will be there in the detail section. Coming to the security meaning what here? Default security group. So did we learn about default security group day before yesterday only? Day before yesterday. So here on the security group, we have inbound rules and then outbound rules. Do you know how to add an inbound rule? Do you know how to add an inbound rule? Oh, we learned, right, already? Huh? How to add an inbound rule? Tell me. Select this and how to add the inbound rule. So we have the inbound rule here. And then edit inbound rule. And then if I want to add SSH, add rules. Which one? And which source? You don't know this? Save rules. You don't know this? Why did you save? Huh? So the same thing will be there in the security. If you go to security, your inbound rules will be there here. So the same thing. Networking, same. IP address related things will be there in the networking. Storage, we'll talk about the storage separately in the volume section here. The same thing will be there. So what is so how many volumes are there for the EC2 instance? How many volumes are there? Only one? No. So that is a root volume. So what is the device name for the root volume? /dev/sda1. So it is there. So it's a EBS type. And then this is 10 GB. So if required, can we go ahead and then add additional volume? Yes. On the volume section, I'll teach you how to add all these things. And status check. How many status checks are there? 2. What are those? Do you see? System status check, instance status check. Monitoring, we will see in the CloudWatch section. But if you want to see the CP utilization, here, if you click on expand, and you'll get the CP utilization. So how many types of monitorings are there? 2 types. What are those? Basic monitoring and then detailed monitoring. Which one is default? Basic monitoring. How many minutes? 5 minutes. So by default, you have the 5 minutes. See, 330, 335, 340, 345. So every 5 minutes, you will get the data points here. So how much is this here? Do you see 0.25 CP utilization and came down to 0.23. So every 5 minutes, you will get the CP utilization. And is this clear? Detailed security, all these things in the bottom. So mostly here you go for seeing the IP addresses, and then inbound rules will do it from directly from the security groups here. Is it clear? Okay, now I want you to launch what type of EC2 instance did we launch? Linux. So should we go and launch Windows machine? How do we launch? Same concept, same. Click on launch instance. Instead of selecting Red Hat, we need to select Windows. So let's go and launch. Click on launch instance. Come on. Okay, this one I call it as Windows instance. And then down and click on browse more AMIs. Click start. Retire. Tu aa jana. Come on. Okay, so now free tier. And then if you come down, which one you should select, Nana? Windows Server 2022 base. Make sure it is the free tier eligible and click on select. Only AMI difference. Rest everything is same to same. Right? Come down, T2 micro, login. Which one, Nana? Keeper. $9 AM batch, new. So edit, subnet. Why? Put it in 1B, no? So there is no difference. So for us, it will be the same, but the placements will be in different availability zone in the backend, right? Auto SN enable it, and then security group. Which one is here? Default security group. And what is the Windows root volume size? Do you see this here? We have the 30 GB. Keep everything default and then go ahead and then launch it. So do you understand how to launch a Windows machine now? So now I'll show you quickly how to log into the EC2 instances. Yes or no? So we should log in. So to which instance that you want to log in first? Windows or Linux? Oh, you want Linux? Huh? Okay, let's go with the Linux. So in order to go with the Linux, so what is the tool that we use to connect? Tool. Putty. Which one? Putty. So you need to use Putty. Not only Putty, you can use so many tools are available, right? So you can go with Mobile XTOM also. You can go with Git Bash also. You can use your terminal also. You can use so many other things are available. So let's be in the same page. So which one we should be using it? Putty. So for that, we need to download Putty, no? How to download Putty? So this is good for you because this is a new laptop, no? So I'll go and download for you. Download Putty Windows. First one is there, no? Go for that first one. And remember, nowadays, this is general information, not AWS, okay? When you're searching, you'll be searching for something in your internet, no? The first things are, you see sponsored. Have you observed? Sponsored. The first link will be mostly sponsored. Remember, do not click those links. Sponsored links, there is a high chances of getting hacked. So do you see sponsored here? For me, no. But if you open your mobile and then just go to Google and type anything, the first things will be sponsored. Do not click. And if you come down, that original link will be there. Okay, sponsored meaning, so they will pay for the advertisements and they push it on the top, right? So it might be a genuine also, and it might be a stupid things also, but do not click on the sponsored links nowadays. Okay. Okay, so let's click on this Windows, this Putty. And do you see this here? Download Putty. So here we have the Putty. So do you want to download MSI file or EXE file? Let's go with the EXE file. So are you going with the 64-bit x86 or 64-bit ARM? x86. Will you go for 32-bit? No. So let's go with the 64-bit x86. And then click on putty.exe. Download it. It went up. And then say putty.exe is downloaded. That's fine. And you need to download one more thing. Now Putty supports PEM file. No. What is the tool that we should use? Putty Gen or Putty Generator. If you come down. Do you see this Putty Gen is also there here? 64-bit x86 Putty Gen. Download that also. Two are downloaded. Okay, good. Now come back to instance. So I need to connect to the Linux instance. So first of all, the first thing what you need to do is convert the PEM file to PPK file. How do you convert? Using what tool? PuttyGen. Should I use Putty or PuttyGen? So you can do that, Jay Harsha. So here, open the PuttyGen. I click on open. That's it. See, it worked. So now, guys, everyone listen this carefully. This you do it for one time. So you don't need to do multiple times. So what I'm doing here, converting PEM file to PPK file. How do I convert? Do you see this here? Click on load, aim, and shooter. Okay. So click on load. Which one you need to load? PEM file you need to load. Where is my PEM file? Just now I downloaded, but I don't see in downloads. I don't see anything because here PPK files are listed. So what you need to select? All files. If you select all files, and do you see this here? 9 a.m. batch new.pem file. Yes or no? Select open. Okay. And then save a private key. Which one? Save private key. Click on save. Click on yes. And then here in desktop, I call it as 9 a.m. batch new dot ppk. And I save it. Do you understand how to convert PEM to PPK? You tell me now how to do it again. Open PuttyGen. Then click on load. Go to, wherever you have the PEM file, download it and go there and all files. Select your PEM file. Okay. And save private key. Yes. And then give the name and save it. Okay, now you know how to convert PEM to PPK now? Very good. So now PPK is ready. This is one time. This is only one time. Yes, you can use that also, Prashant. So now, while on the left side we have the keypads, there also can you download PPK file directly? Yes. What is Maja in that? You select download. If you do like this, you will learn something new, right? Yes or no? So here, now I need to connect to the Linux machine. So what is the tool that you should open? Putty. So open Putty here. I opened Putty. Okay, now. So now here it is asking for the IP address. Should I take the IP address? Which IP address I need to take? Private IP. Which IP? Which IP? So you need to take the private IP. So from the your laptop is in which is internet only on, from internet you need to connect to the EC2 instance with what IP? What IP? Public IP. So you need to take here public IP or private IP? Then why you are said? So which IP you need to take here? Public IP, not the private IP. So private IP, when do you use it? Within the AWS, within the VPC. If you want to communicate two EC2 instances, then use the private IP or through the VPN. So now we are internet. No, we are in internet. Which IP address you need to choose? Public IP. Now you will not forget. Okay. So select this, copy this part. Do you see this here? Two square boxes are there? No, that is for copy purpose. So click on it. I copied and you put it here where in the here, copy paste. Okay, now on which port number, Nana? 22. That's by default. So here on the left side, you see SSH, expand SSH. And you see auth, expand auth. And you see credentials, click on it. So what are the options here? Expand SSH, auth, and then credentials. And do you see a private key for authentication is there? No. Private key is nothing but PPK file. So should I go and click on browse and select what, Nana? PPK file. Where is our PPK file? Here. If you select PEM file, will it work? It will not work. Many people, what they do is they'll select the PEM file and say, sir, I'm not able to log in. Array, use PPK. Sir, I'm using PPK only, but he's using PEM there. So make sure that you should have a PPK there. I'm canceling. And if you click on open, you will be able to connect, but I'm canceling. You tell me how to do it now. Open, put the IP address. I know which IP address. Copy the public IP address, paste it here, and then expand SSH. Or the first or second browser. Select the PPK. That's all, no? So as I have my 4 eyes, I cannot see properly, no? So in appearance, I'll change the size little bit. Bold, I'll put 18 size. So now what we need to do, let's click on open. If I click on open, we will be able to connect to the machine now. Yes, click on open. And you see here, it says accept the, and it is asking for login as. So what is the default username for Linux? What is the default username for Linux? Which one? How can you don't forget, but you know, what is again, say that EC2 minus user. One more time. So I'll write it as EC2 minus user. If you put wrong also, it will not work. Click on enter. And congratulations, you are on the Linux machine. So from here, you can use all your Linux command. If you want to practice Linux commands, you can practice. You can make dir. Make dir is for what? Creating the directory. So you can whatever you want to use. So your Linux commands, you can practice it from here. Understood how to connect to the Windows machine? Should I show you how to connect to the Linux machine now? I mean Windows machine. I'm confusing you today somehow because I want it to be in a very active mode. So should I connect to the Windows machine now? You understand how to connect to the Linux? So now let's go to Windows. So if I select Windows, now which tool I should be using it? Remote desktop. In your laptop by default, this tool is there. Click on remote. Do you see remote desktop connection? Okay, na? Here, what should I put? IP address. Whose IP address? Windows EC2 instance. Which IP address? Public IP address. Copy and paste. And click on connect. Wait and see. Is it connecting? What is this? It says remote desktop can't connect to the remote computer. Why? You tell me. It is not connecting first. After connecting, it last user ID and password. But what you need to check first? Why it is not connecting? See here. I have the EC2 instance. I'm connecting from here with the RD with remote desktop connection. So I'm going here. Who will stop you? Who will stop you first to entering EC2 instance? What is firewall called here? Security group. So in security group by default everything is deny. So RDP. So which protocol is to connect to the Windows machine? So RDP is going inside. Then what you need to do on the security group? Allow inbound rule. Then only it will go inside. So remember this. Whenever you are not able to connect to the machine, the first thing that you need to check is security group inbound rules. So why did Linux machine got connected? Because SSH we have enabled. So here what I need to enable? RDP. How? On the left side, security groups, inbound, and then edit inbound rules. Add rule. Which one? RDP. and my IP. And then save rules. Now you got the permission? Yes. So now click on OK. And then again I click on connect. Let's see. Oh, now it is asking. So it is asking for username and then password. First, the connection should establish. Then only it will ask for the username and password. So what is the default username for the Windows? Administrator. 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 Okay. Password. Key pair. So how to retrieve the password? I'm showing you this. Go to the EC2 instance. In actions, security. Do you see? Get Windows password is there. So click on it. And then it is asking for what key? 9 AM batch new key. Upload. Which key you need to upload? PPK na PEMMA. PEM. So we have the PEM file here. Upload it. And then decrypt password. And you see this big Bluetooth password? Yoga style password. And you tell me how to do it again. How to retrieve the password, you tell me. Action. Security. Get Windows password. Upload. PEM file. Decrypt password. And this is the password. Every time you're retrieving, you'll get the same password or different password. Same password or different password. You're logging into your laptop with the same password or different password. Same password. So okay, if you want to check, 3JK is the last. Should I go and do it again? Okay, I upload and I do it again. What password you get? Did you got 3JK only here? Yes. Copy it and then paste it over here and then enter. And click on yes. And congratulations, you are onto the Windows EC2 instance. So it will take little bit time because how much GB RAM it has? GB RAM, memory. Only 1 GB, no? That's why T2 Micro has only 1 GB RAM. For that reason, it will take little bit time to get loaded. So do you all understand how to connect to the Windows machine and Linux machines? Clear? Okay. Where to? And what? Putty. Putty you need to download. It is not from the EC2 console. Open Putty directly. This one. That's application, no? That is not from the console. I didn't. What is your question? You're talking about Linux Putty. Which key you're asking? This is Windows. This is Windows. You're talking about Windows or Linux? Okay, see here. If it is Linux, how do you connect? I close this. For Linux, how do you connect, Anna? Tell me. Open Putty. Putty is there. Open it. Then you need to put the IP address. Whose IP address? Linux. Select that Linux machine. Public IP is there, no? Copy this and put it out there. And then expand SSH. And then auth. And then PEMMA PPK. Select the PPK and then open. What is the username? EC2 minus user. Okay, now? Good. So this is how you connect to the, okay, do you see the Windows machine? Do you see the Windows machine here? Same, how our operating system is there, same things will be there. How much is your C drive here? 30 GB. So in real time, we have server names instead of IP address, meaning we need to give domain name instead of IP. Doesn't matter. You can give with the IP address also. Now, is this clear? Of course, you can. Of course, Soumya, you can. WinACP is transfer the files, no, Soumya. So you don't get the desktops. File that is a file transfer, no? Is it clear? Okay, so actually today the first half an hour got wasted, right? For that reason. So here, otherwise I could have told about all this, but it is easy. So do you see this? Click on connect. And those who have Mac machines, Mac OS, Apple, laptops and Apple, So for them, putty, gitty, all these things will not work. So what you need to do, open your terminal and click on connect. And then, do you see this here? We have here SSH client, and you should use this. You should use this command to connect from your terminal. Are there any guys using Mac OS online? Yes. We are from India. We have Windows laptop. Okay, those who are in US, mostly you have the, yeah. Oh, there are so many are there. Okay, so what you need to do, you have terminals, na? Do you have terminals, Mac people? Do you have terminal in your laptop, on your what is it called? iMac? Yes or no? So open it and then be there wherever. For you, PPK is not required. For you, PPK is not required to log into your Linux machines. PPK is required only for putty. So can you log in, open your terminal and then put SSH-I, and wherever you have your PEM file, be there and then run this command like this. CMD. This is terminal for you. Let's see, SSH is there here. SSH is there. So CD desktop. So it is there. My PEM file is there here. PPK is there. PEM file. Downloads. It's in downloads, right? So I need to open from here. So open the terminal from here. You understand what I'm saying? So open it wherever you have your PEM file and then run this command. Then you are able to log into the machine. Okay. Okay, Nana, see here. And in actions, you know all these things. Yes or no? I mean, in instance state, you know all these things. If you click on actions, connect is same. View details, meaning the same details, you will get it. Manage instance state, meaning same thing. Stop or start or restart, you will get it. Instance setting. All these things, all these things here. Remember, at the time of launching the EC2 instance, we had all the configuration. No, we have selected something, we have left something, we set it default, we enable, we disable it, right? Anytime, can you go and modify all this information? Yes, this is your instance settings, meaning you can change termination protection, change stop protection, change shutdown behavior. What is our shutdown behavior? Stop or terminate? Stop. If you want to change it to terminate, change it. So that is also one of the tasks for you today. What you need to do is launch one Windows EC2 instance. Launch one Windows EC2 instance. And then when launching the EC2 instance, change the shutdown behavior to terminate. It will be different. Change the shutdown behavior to terminate. And then log into the Windows machine. I have logged in now here. Did I log into the Windows machine here? And then from here, shut down. What will happen to the EC2 instance? Stop or terminate? Terminate. I want you to do that and see how it works. And same auto recovery behavior, you want to enable, disable. And important thing here is change instance type. What is that? Instance type. What is change instance type meaning? Now it is T2 micro. If you want to scale up, what is that scale up, scale down called? Scalability. Excellent. What is that called? Scalability. How do you achieve the scalability in AWS? By changing the instance type. So now we have T2 micro, no? So why it is grayed out here? Because is it possible to change the instance type while EC2 is running? What we need to do? Stop. Very good. So here we need to stop the machine. Should we go and stop it? Stop. stop and change. So once you stop, that will be enabled and you can change from T2 micro to something else. But do you change? Don't change because it will be billable, chargeable. But in real time, this is how you do it. It is stopped, no. So let's go to actions, instance settings, and then here change. See, it's now enabled. Change instance type, and from whichever you want to change it, you can change it. This is called scale up. Now from T2 X large, can you come back to the T2 micro again? Yes, possible. Scale down also possible. Data is lost? No. Where are the data is stored? In the volume. So this is related to your EC2 instance, combination of memory and CPU. So you can scale up and down anytime, no issues. Okay, so here is all those. And then here, these are all the fine. Anytime you can modify all these things. And here user data is there. Did we enable user data? Did we added user data? No. But the question here is certification question. No, I don't select Linux machine. That is stopped state. I'll select Windows machine and see that user data here. It is there. If I click on it, you tell me now EC2 is running a stopped. It's running. EC2 instance is running. Does it make any sense to modify the user data while it is running? User data will be executed when? In the boot time. Now it is already running. Is it good to change? No. Is it possible to change? Does it matter? Does it make any sense to change? No. For that reason, if at all you want to change, stop the EC2 instance and change it. Is it possible to change the user data while EC2 is running? That is a certification question right now. To edit your instance user data, to edit your instance user data, to edit your instance user data, you first need to stop your instance. You first need to stop your instance. You first need to stop your instance. Yeah. Guys, you have an announcement quickly. 1 second.
Good morning, guys. We are the lab mentors. Come to lab, utilize the lab. Okay. Some of your friends are also coming to the lab. Ask to them mind, come. Okay. Utilize the lab facilities. Now you are started the practicals. The lab timings are morning 8 AM to evening 8 AM. The online doubt session timings are 2 to 4 and evening 6 to 7:30. Okay, guys. Bring your own laptops.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So did you wrote that certification question? So to edit your instance user data, you first need to stop your EC2 instance. Guys, few more minutes, huh? Fine now? Okay, so coming to actions. So is this clear on all these things, guys? And then coming to the networking. In networking, do you remember, did I told you that can you attach an additional network interface? While launching the EC2 instance, we have two network interface. Network interface 1, network interface 2. Network interface 1 is for private IPs. Interface 2 is for public. And for one interface, can you add multiple private IPs? Primary IP, secondary IP. If at all you want to add, you can do it from here. Okay, Nana? And then here, connect RDS database. Let's say, for example, you have your EC2 instance and you have application inside it. And your application should connect to the database in the backend. Right? So this is the easiest way to connect to the RDS database. If you click on it, your database will get listed. But have we learned about RDS yet? No. When you go to RDS, then we will show it. Okay. And change source destination check. Don't do this because this will be disabled or enabled if you have any routers concept. If you want to stop the traffic from the machine, then you need to use it. Generally, people don't use this option. Manage, disassociate elastic IP, manage IP address. What is manage IP address? Can you add multiple IP address to a single EC2 instance? Yes, allow, and then you can add multiple IP addresses. Is it good for now? No, but in real time, it could be there. So that is now working. Security. Can you change the security groups, Anna? Yes, remember, but how many security groups are there now? Only one. Does it matter to change to security group something else? No. In real time, can you have multiple security groups? Yes. Anytime for EC2 instance, I told you this. Anytime you can add, change the security groups. So, and if you change the security group, will it take time or will it be immediately get impacted? Immediately get impacted. But in real time, you can change the security groups and get Windows password. You know it. IAM role, we'll see. When time comes, we'll talk about the IAM role. So I told you, no, create a role attached to the EC2 instance. So when time comes, there is a topic. We'll separately talk about this IAM role concept. Next is here, create image. What is image? Copy of the OS or copy of the entire EC2 instance. Let's say, for example, I have this EC2 instance running. Let's say I have the Linux EC2 instance. I want to take the copy of this machine. So what is a copy of this machine called? AMI, image. Does it contain volumes also? So how to create image, I'll show you tomorrow. Tomorrow we have class, Saturday. Sunday? Huh? Match afternoon, sir. No, I'm just kidding. Huh? Sunday, no class. Okay, so, and do you see this here? Create image, I'll talk about tomorrow. And here, create template from instance. What is this template meaning? Launch template. Have you remember? Launch template. Remember, where did you have this launch template? Auto scaling concept. Remember? So that's 7 steps. When you're launching the EC2 instance, all the steps are there. No, what you do is at the time of launching the EC2 instance, you select all these steps. Instead of that, what you can do, can you create a template? And from that template, can you launch an EC2 instance? Yes. Let's say, for example, Nana, I have this Linux machine. I have the Linux machine. And I want to have the same type of Linux machine. I want to have the same type of Linux machine, same configuration. I need 10 machines. Will you go and launch 10 times? What will you do? Create a template. How? Create template like this. Do you see this? Give the name. That's it. And select instance type, whichever the instance type that you have. This machine is damn slow, right? T2 micro. And then select the key pair. So whichever you want, you just go ahead and then create it, select this entire thing, and then create launch template. From that launch template, can you launch an EC2 instance? That is the task I'm saying you. So you know how to create a launch template now? And from that launch template, can you launch an EC2 instance? Obviously, yes. So where does the launch templates will go and sit? Here. Clear? And then finally, what is this? Launch more like this. What is it? Launch more. Launch more like this meaning, I have the Linux machine. Array, I want to have the same machine now. Right now, I want to launch an EC2 instance with the same configuration right now, not templates, not later. I want to do it right now. So if you click on launch more like this, if you click on it, the same options configuration will get loaded and you can directly launch machine. So it is in running state. It should be in running state. Now this is acting up. This laptop is acting up. Why it is in? Okay. So you go here and then click on launch more like this. If you click on launch more like this, same information you will get it, and then directly we can launch machine like this. You know to create a template. If you want to do it right away, go with the launch more like this option. You can, the number of instances can be 1 or 100 also. Just like this. Okay. And then monitor. So this monitor, you no need to do anything here, because do you enable detail monitoring? Will you create alarms? We'll see alarm in CloudWatch section. Get system logs. What is this? System logs meaning what, Nana? You launch the EC2 instance, no? And when you're launching the EC2, see, launching the EC2 instance is nothing but in the backend code will get executed or not. This entire AWS console is written in the code or not. So launch instance meaning the code will get executed or not. So how it is getting executed, how your EC2 instance got launched, you will get the log. See, get system logs meaning this. Which type it has launched? T2 micro. This is the instance ID. This is the launch. So all these are all the system log. What is the username here? Default administrator. So now it is ready to use or not? Yes, it is ready to use. And here, same thing. So this is the basic, the logs. And also, this is last one here is, this is interesting. Did I tell you the problem with the updates, Windows updates, reboot option I told you. So let's say, how do you know your EC2 instance got rebooted or not? Let's take your laptop. Let's take your laptop is there. How do you know it got rebooted or not? You went and then right click and reboot it. Anna. How do you know it is up and running now? Again, it say press Control Alt Delete. No, press Control Alt Delete. If you see that press Control Alt Delete, that means you're ready to log in or not. So you can see the face of your laptop or not. Is it possible for us to see the face of the EC2 instance? They have created it. See, get instance screenshot. If you click on get instance screenshot, do you see press Control Alt, ready to log in or not? If it is rebooting, it says rebooting here. So by seeing like this, your machine is ready or not, you'll get to know. That is called instance screenshot. Yes. Now, is this clear? There is a question. Good question. In real-time patching will be doing by AWS people or not? Good question. You tell me. Who's responsible is to do the patching for our EC2 instances? AWS, or patching will be done from outside or inside? So whose responsibility is that? Huh? Customer or AWS? Inside meaning customer. Does AWS have access inside your EC2 instance? No. Who is responsible for it? Remember our infrastructure as service. In infrastructure services, customer is responsible for what? Application, data, and OS. OS meaning whatever the patches, install, everything is responsible by whom? Customer. Application, data, and OS. So we are responsible for updates and patching on the EC2 instance, not AWS. Okay, so you can, these don't enable all these things. We can see it later. Root volumes, volume section, we'll see it. Now, is this clear? Will you able to do these practicals? I'll upload this practicals task in the Google Classroom. So go in one by one, do it. And tomorrow we'll see how to create an images concept. And by the time I think the machine will be up and running for me also, it will be good. I feel today uneasy because I have small screen laptop. For big guy, it's possible to see small screen. No, right? Any questions? Online, any questions? And by the way, once you're done with what you do, what should you do? Terminate. Click on terminate. Can you change the port number, sir? Which port number? So those are all the default port numbers. No, for SSH, it is 22. RDP is 3389. In security group, you are saying, you know, those are default port numbers. Don't change it. If you are saying here, sir, in security group, If I am assuming your question in security group here, edit inbound rules. Here we have 3389. Is it editable? Because that is default. But if you have any port number that you want to edit, add rule. So you have the port protocols, no? These are all default protocols. So you need to select a custom TCP and give the port number here. If you have a separate port number where it is not listed over here in security group, you can write this in book. It is good. Please write it in book, saying that how should I say this? If we want to give the custom port number in security group, if you want to give custom port number in security group, if you want to give custom port number in security group, select custom TCP type. Custom TCP should be in double quotes. Select custom TCP type. Okay. Okay now. Good. So once you terminated your EC2 instance, what you need to check? Click on dashboard, refresh this multiple times. Everything should be 0 except key pairs and then security group. And which one? Here you see 2 EC2 instances. Click on it. What is there? So go inside it, and these 2 are terminated. So no problem. So after some time, it will get disappear. Okay, Nana? Good. So, sir, PPK file every time add on putty? Yes. If you're asking questions now, so I can say how many times you want. See here, guys, the question here is, sir, every time, Nana, this is important. Every time do I need to, let's say in my production environment, I have one machine. Every time should I put the IP address? Every time should I need to select the PPK here? Nana, do you see this here? Save. You put all the information and click on save. It will be saved here, this saved sessions. Double click on it, automatically get connected. You know need to upload it, but now not really. But if you want to try it out. You understand what I said? Kumar, Lakshman Kumar, is it clear for you? You can give all the information and click on save and click on save. Next time you select it and click on load and open, automatically get open, right? Good. Sorry, I took 14 minutes extra. That's fine. So can you give the final CC for today, please? CC with smile online. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the EC2 practicals. Don't miss the practicals. Tomorrow, don't miss the class. Okay, na? Because EC2 practicals is very important, right? So don't put any holidays. So because you will get holidays, because I will be also leave in maybe mostly in next week sometime, right? So don't put the leaves now, because EC2 practicals are very important. So don't miss the classes. So see you, Nana. See you tomorrow. Don't miss the class. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.